But let me just say real quickly, this is a man who was a Senate leader, Democrat. He organized a Klan chapter in 1941. He filibustered the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And there are over 3 dozen public works projects, including 2 federal courthouses, a dam on the Ohio border, libraries, community centers, roads, bridges, schools, several university buildings, and I would imagine a car wash or 2. Okay, I added the last part. Now, there's a college called Bethany College in the state's northern panhandle between Ohio and Pennsylvania. They have removed Byrd's name from their health center. And in a statement, the school president said the following: in the last few weeks, and well before the conservatives and the calls for change, and well before the conversations and the calls for change took hold, we recognize as a campus that the name of our Robert C. Byrd Health Center created divisiveness and pain for members of the Bethany community, both past and present, end of quote. Now, 29 of the college's 35 board officers are from outside West Virginia, and that is probably why the name change occurred. But the state's political leaders, Republican and Democrat, have not made any effort whatsoever to remove his name from any of these public buildings. Nothing has been proposed in the Republican-controlled legislature, and of the 14 Democrat state senators, all white, they have been silent. And when real clear investigations reached out for a comment, none of them returned any calls. Meanwhile, elsewhere in West Virginia, there have been statues of Christopher Columbus and George Washington, and several Confederate leaders have been knocked down or that have been protested. But West Virginia, not apparently a problem of Robert Byrd. Now, apparently the reason Byrd is okay is because Byrd apologized. And an assistant professor of poli-sci at Marshall University in West Virginia, who's writing a biography of Byrd, said this, quote, I don't know if the apology warrants the past. There are all these buildings and programs named after him in the state. It's part of history, and the apology is important, but does it erase it? I can't answer that because I'm not a victim of it. Close quote. I guess he's white. You remember when Trent Lott was accused of anti-black bias because he praised the former segregationist, Dixiecrat turned Republican Strom Thurmond, the only one of the Senate members and the Democrat side that voted against the Civil Rights Act of 64, who then switched to Republican. Only one. Well, they all switched. One guy in the Senate, one guy in the House whose name I can't even remember. Anyway, so Trent Lott, the Republican senator from Mississippi, praised this man on his 100th birthday. Had to apologize. Had to step down as Senate Minority Leader. Went on BET television and apologized. Apologized all over the place. But Robert Byrd, apparently not a problem.
Barbaric!
Derek is in San Antonio, Texas. Derek, you're on the Larry Yoder Show.
Hey, Mr. Larry, thank you so much for taking my call, and I appreciate everything you do, and I want to say happy 4th to you and your crew this weekend.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day to you too, Derek.
Yes, sir. You stole my thunder. You brought up the Kliegel Byrd Federal Courthouse right there on the beautiful Charleston, West Virginia, right there in the Kanawha River, man. I spent some time building that, and I hear all this madness going on. I'm wondering when you can motivate the BLM, the Chop Suey crew up there in Seattle, maybe some of the Hillary clonies, since he was her mentor, and they can rally little roof is on fire as they burn that joint down.
Well, Derek, absolutely. And let's remember these segregationists who were mentors of Bill Clinton. William Fulbright, one of those who voted against the Civil Rights Act of 64, he was a mentor to Bill Clinton. And Joe Biden praised some of these segregationists on their funerals. Bill Clinton gave the eulogy to Robert Byrd. Well, he was a country boy trying to get elected. Oh, so, joining the Klan, he's trying to get elected. You just got to do what you got to do to get elected. No hard feelings. 888-971-SAG. Seattle resident says he felt abandoned by Democrat leaders. Seattle chief says people or thankful we cleared out the chop area. Don't leave town.